Well, when we talk about centre forwards that are being linked to Arsenal, Benjamin Sesko is going to hate to obviously be one of those that has been really linked to that side of Arsenal. And here we come to obviously let you know the asking price that RB Leipzig have going to hate to set for this guy. And it's not all about something that is not fixed. It's fixed because it's what we call a buyout clause that was included into his contract when he was leaving Salzburg to join RB Leipzig. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. This is the transfer news show and hope you guys are really having fun. There is another story that we're gonna hate to source out coming in through from Fabrizio Romano about the man himself called Callum Wilson, who is really one of those people that are gonna hate obviously be on the transfer list of AC Milan, and we have exactly what AC Milan is really saying. Now, this left-sided forward, the Brazilian who goes by the names of Douglas Costa, has gone ahead to obviously make a final transfer to a Brazilian side. One of the player that promised so much with his left foot but delivered little because of his glass legs, and that's what we are obviously going to talk about here onto this channel. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum, and let's obviously start it off with a story coming in from Plettigol. Plettigol is a Sky Sports correspondent for the Sky Sports in Germany, and he comes out to let us know the following about Benjamin Sesko. So that's that. The 20-year-old striker Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig has a release clause in his contract around 50 million euros, valid from this summer contract at RB Leipzig until 2028. 23 matches played yet this season and 7 goals scored only. Now, Benjamin Sesko was really a hot cake, I think, in the summer of 2022. Man United and Arsenal were really chasing in for this player. But when Arsenal got in, Gabriel Jesus, they pulled out of the race. And in the summer of 2023, Arsenal looked like they were nowhere near close to signing a striker. But during this January transfer window, Arsenal has been linked to Benjamin Sesko as one of the strikers they feel like can come in through and obviously take them to where they deserve to be in as far as his style of football is concerned, when you look at his height and so on and so forth, because he's a different kind of striker altogether who has a very good skill set and he can really offer you something different from what Gabriel Jesus offers you. He's young, I think he's 20 years of age, and he's Slovenian. He performs well at the national team, and he puts in a lot of effort that has always gone ahead to see to it that his works have gone ahead to be appreciated. But ever since he crossed from Salzburg to join RB Leipzig, it was not all good for him. It hasn't been good news for the player because he has always gone ahead to see to it that everything goes on as planned, and he has put in a lot of effort at that side. He has always gone ahead to put that effort at the side of RB Leipzig, but goals are not really coming in through what they're supposed to be coming in through. But one thing I know about Mikel Arteta is that he knows exactly what he can even mean in the striker. And for me, going in for a striker like Ivan Toney or who, I think Benjamin Sesko would be a very good consideration. Arteta has shown us that he's good at improving these players, and he doesn't want players who are really having an ego. And I think Benjamin Sesko is not that kind of player, but the big question is, however much Arsenal want to sign him, maybe in the summer or when, is £50 million worth him? I tell you no. If Arsenal is having £50 million at their disposal, I cannot offer them advice to get in Benjamin Sesko. I cannot offer them advice to get them Benjamin Sesko, because if you get in Benjamin Sesko, it means different things altogether, and the amount of money. A lot of pressure will be piled onto him, like you see Rasmus Højlund at the club of Manchester United, and yet he would have gone ahead to come in at a cheaper price, than what this team is obviously waiting for. And I think the mistake Salzburg really went ahead to make was thinking that this player was going to be like Haaland, or they're going to do a deal like that of Haaland. Remember, Haaland's deal was like Salzburg, you sell him to Dortmund, and then you have some money you get on the sell on asking price. So he was sold for like 65, 70 million euros to Manchester City, and they went ahead to pay only 18 million pounds when they're buying him from Salzburg. So what they did was, let's send him to our sister club known as RB Leipzig, and then we'll see everything going on as to planned. So that is something that you shouldn't obviously go ahead and really think it could work at RB Leipzig, because Nkunku having gone ahead to leave, they thought that maybe this would be the perfect replacement to obviously get in goals of Nkunku. But if I were Salzburg, I would have gone ahead to obviously sell this player to Borussia Dortmund. I would have gone ahead to let Borussia Dortmund know that you've shown me that Haaland, you sold him for 70 million euros. Then Sancho, whom you got in at like 17, you went ahead to really sell him in at 73 million pounds. Jude Bellingham is the previous one. They've gone ahead to sell a player they got in at I think, was it 35 million pounds. They went ahead obviously sell him. They went ahead to sell him for 130, million euros. So it showed them that all they needed was get him to that team, because they would have gone to improve him better and do the needful. So at the end of it all, they might not get in the money they wanted. Manchester United wanted to sign Sesko in the summer of 2022, and the manager, and the side of Salzburg said, we no longer want 28 million euros, because this player was valued at 28 million euros. And Ten Hag badly needed a third striker by then, because you're playing in very many competitions. And what was said was, they want 50 million euros, and United pulled out of that deal. And now, right now, I don't think that a team can even get them 30 because of the form that this guy is on, unless otherwise, in these remaining 6 months, he explodes and scores very many goals to make 20 plus. That's when teams will be able to pay that 50 million euros. But he's a very good player, and if at all Arsenal are really willing to risk and really get him in, I have no problem with them. But it will depend on the decision of Arsenal really makes in the summer. But in the summer, we anticipate that Arsenal is going to go in and really get in what we call center forwards. Then Fabrizio Romano has added on and said Callum Wilson won't join AC Milan, as their focus is on different positions, with Giroud, Okafor and Jovic doing very well. Sorry about that. Atletico Madrid will go for Moise Kean and not for Callum Wilson, meaning that Callum Wilson is still at Newcastle. Newcastle is one of those teams that have gone ahead to suffer a lot, especially with injuries. And Callum Wilson has been linked to Atletico Madrid and AC Milan, but it looks like AC Milan is not in the mode to get this guy and sign him there. And I think Newcastle right now is really having problems in as far as the financial fair play rule is really concerned, to an extent that they're having money, but if at all they use that money to get in players, they are going to get suspended. And Callum Wilson needs to fight to get back to his levels of really doing the needful. And this season, he has been disturbed by injuries, but what is his output so far this season? And you look at him, he has gone ahead to play 14 Premier League games, scored 7 goals and 1 assist. That is Callum Wilson. I think that's not bad for him, because that means for every 2 Premier League goals, he's gone ahead to score a goal. Then in the EFL Cup, 2 games, 1 goal. Champions League, 4 games, 0 goals, meaning that this season he has 8 goals and 1 assist. Something that works well for the side of, Newcastle, and I think they can get in some good amount of money. But it looks like these teams are not willing to obviously put in an offer to see if that Callum Wilson really is signed as a player for that side. And we're here to wait and see how everything really pans out. But Callum Wilson to Atletico Madrid, all AC Milan is off. AC Milan are really having Okafor, they're having Olivier Giroud, you get, and Jovic. So with those 3 center forwards, there is no reason as why they can obviously look into getting another center forward at their club. So it looks like it's not going to happen. All what is going to happen is Moise Kean going to Atletico Madrid. And Moise Kean was at Everton, and I think he's a player that has been playing for the side of Juventus, and maybe Juventus are really willing to obviously cash in, and the other team is not willing. But Newcastle is really having very huge problems in their way of doing stuff. Now we go to Fabrizio Romano again, telling us that Douglas Costa to Fluminense. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place for former Bayern Munich and Juventus winger to join the Brazilian club. Contracts being prepared, just waiting for medical tests after some snooper deal completed. Douglas in Miami, he will fly to Brazil in the next days. This is one of the people or the players that you will obviously understand that he promised a lot and he delivered very, 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 very little. You know, he promised a lot and delivered very little. At Bayern Munich, he wasn't that an injury-prone player, and I remember the game when they beat Arsenal, Man United. Douglas Costa was one of the best players that went ahead, obviously, humiliate the defenses of those teams. But when he went to Juventus, he turned into an injury-prone player, and he couldn't obviously be put into a very good goal. So right now, he has gone ahead to join Fluminense. We pray to it that he obviously passed the medical. Remember, he has glass legs, and Fluminense should be knowing that very well. So guys, thank you very much for watching. To tell me your thoughts about Benjamin Sesko asking price revealed. Can Arsenal obviously get that player in the summer, or they should really add more money to get in a better striker? What do you make about Callum Wilson to Atletico Madrid and AC Milan off? Douglas Costa signs for Fluminense. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, my lovely mates. Bye-bye. And for now, we are all done and dusted, and it's here for you. Over to you guys. We bless you, and we out.